Hello, this is Brian Martin with McPherson College in the Automotive Restoration Program. It is the spring of 2022 and we're here with our 1953 Mercedes 300S and with a few project updates. So we are in the final stages of getting the chassis and body all complete for some of its initial test driving. And before we install the rest of the body panels that have been painted, install the interior and the top. So as we go through this car, we're going to have some of the students that have been doing the work tell you about what they've been up to.
Hi, I'm Cameron Luther. I'm from Alexandria, Virginia, and I'm a junior at the McPherson College of Automotive Restoration. So this is a 1953 Mercedes 300S. Let's take a look at the car from a design and mechanical perspective. It was a really revolutionary car for Mercedes because it was their first clean slate design after World War II. Starting with the engine here, it's a 3-liter single overhead cam inline 6 with an aluminum head and a cast iron block. This, shared with the transmission as well as the rear end, shared a lot with the Mercedes 300 SL, which fetch $1 million to $6 million depending on the cars. So a lot of the engineering is shared and it's really incredible stuff. Speaking of the transmission, we have a shift lever here on the steering column. That's because it's a 4-speed manual transmission shifted on the column. A very rare option and a bit sporty. Coming to the rear end here, we can't see it. It's under the sheet metal here, which has been beautifully bodyworked by students, but it is a swing axle rear end, which gives the car good maneuverability. And again, it was a feature shared with the 300 SL and was carried through into the 70s on Mercedes. So really stood the test of time and a really great design.
I'm Conrad Gramco. I'm a junior here at the Automotive Restoration Program, and I'm originally from Ojai, California.
My name is Jeremy Porter. I am currently a sophomore in the Automotive Restoration Program, and I am originally from Seneca Falls, New York. The latest thing that I have personally been working on is all these bright lines you see here. These are actually made out of copper. These were originally made out of copper to help fight corrosion. They are part of the chassis lubrication system and the brake system as well. They were used throughout the car. They go from the front all the way to the back, fully underneath.
Basically what all those lines do is that instead of someone going to all of the major lube points underneath the car and manually lubricating it, there would have been a foot pedal with a pump on the floorboard next to your clutch and gas and brake pedal. And once a day before you start driving the car, you just give it one pump and it would pressure lubricate all of those important wear points. So another project that I've been working on recently here is all of the new soft lines for the cooling system have more of a rounded chamfered nut, whereas the originals are actually more squared off. So basically what I'll be doing is I've got some metric hex stock. Go ahead and chuck it up in the lathe and I will be machining, new nuts for all these lines.
Hi, I'm Victoria Bruno. I am a junior here at McPherson College in the Automotive Restoration Program, and I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. Sure, so I'm a new student worker here on the 300S. I just started this past month. So my current project has been working on the placement of the exhaust. So even though this is a manufactured exhaust here, this is a hand-built car, so that means that we just have to work with the placement because it's going to be different depending on what frame and what car you're actually putting it on. So here we have the muffler back here, which is connected all the way down the car to the very front of the exhaust at the engine. I've been building these brackets to be welded onto the stainless steel muffler here, and then ensuring proper placement. So that way all of the angles and all of the levels look clean and finished and just as it would as it left the factory.
I'm Caden Birkins. I'm a senior here at McPherson College, and I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. So the interior is really coming along nice. Most of the stuff for the inside of the car is completed. So all the seats are totally done. We have all the door panels done, well, both the door panels. So right now my next project is gonna be finishing the carpet binding. So this is one small piece that's completed, so you can see the original there. So that's custom cutting carpet and leather and hand binding everything, so all those have to be done. This is what I just finished. These are grab handles that go like up above the door. So this was hand braided, 8 strands, so that was fun. And then after all that stuff is done, it's onto the convertible top.
Hi, my name is Wyatt Michelli. I'm from Northern California, and this is my 4th year on the Mercedes-Benz team. I've been able to participate in processes all the way from disassembly through to top coat paint and engine rebuilding. One major detail on this car is the paint, and that includes everything from the chassis through to our top coat on the body. Just inside the engine bay here, we have 4 different shades of black that we have come up with and created special formulas so that it matches the factory spec. Everything from semi-gloss, which can be found on some of the more hidden components, through to 3/4 gloss that can be found, for example, on our air cleaner. Yeah, when it comes to top coat, we've also followed similar practices in creating the right sheen, and so that can be found here. We went through a pretty extensive process to create vintage looks with modern paint. And so here we have a semi-gloss, a full gloss, a 1/4, 3/4 matte blend, and then a full matte. And so we referenced some of our sources and then worked with professionals to determine what was best for our car and what would match the period. So as of now, the entire car is in its final coats of paint, and that includes the exterior. The back of the car here is actually in a final top coat, but it's cut open with this 1000 grit sandpaper. And so what that allows is for the paint to gas off and properly shrink so that we don't have any of those issues, down the line.